Hello, everybody. It is Chamber check-in time. I'm Paul Fleming with the Boise Chamber, and it's Thursday. And today we get to meet and introduce everyone to Jill Coyle. She's the founder and owner of Colvita Creative. Hi, Jill.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, you're a brand new chamber member this year, as well as a brand new resident to Boise. Thank you for investing in the chamber in these crazy times that we're in. And I wanted this opportunity to let you tell everybody the story, how you got your start, and tell us a little bit about the history of Colvita Creative.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like you just hit on, I recently moved here in July, so I'm brand new to the area. Very happy to be here, falling in love with Boise, and the fall is already amazing. So I came here because my sister actually went to Boise State, and so I was coming here often to visit her. She now lives here with her husband, and so I was commuting actually like back and forth between Colorado and Boise, and just fell in love with the area over the years, and always was like, I want to live there at some point.
Yeah.
And then through this, pandemic and COVID, I was a little lonely, like being in Colorado without my family support, and understanding that everything can be virtual now. None of my clients knew if I was sitting in Boise or if I was in Colorado, and same with our employees. And so just the time was right that I wanted to be closer to them, and I love the city, and so kind of packed up and moved during the pandemic, which it has been interesting, but also very rewarding. So being part of the chamber was one of the top priorities for our company. We're very involved in Colorado, and just the support that the chamber provides business owners, and from opportunities, but also networking. That's been a really interesting time to move states and move a business during a pandemic when you can't go to networking events or conferences or even go to meet people at a bar. Like it's hard. And so getting introduced to you, Paul, and this business community outside of my family network has been important. And so yeah, we're happy to be here. But so Colvita, we are a strategic branding agency, and we launched July of 2019 officially. That was started in Colorado, in Vail, Colorado, and then this is our second location now. So we're now based in Vail. We have employees that are working there, and then I am the lone wolf in Idaho, but hopefully to be expanding soon with our staff here too. But we will be, kind of bouncing back and forth. And what I've found is that the lifestyle of our clients is very similar between Colorado and Idaho, which is really cool. But we are a strategic branding agency, full service. We do pretty much everything except for build websites. And so our goal is to really understand a brand's truth and positioning in the market, what their goals are, and then we create a custom path on how do we meet those goals. And so we call ourselves full service marketing. Based on the client, that could mean solely PR strategy or solely social strategy, or it really depends on unique to what that client needs at the time and where they're trying to go.
That's a great overview. And what I was going to say is it was really smart of you to, when you just moved here, to join your local chamber, because relationships are a huge part of how business to business gets done in here, in the state and in our Treasure Valley. So, it takes time to build a brand, and, we want to help you with that. And the first time I saw your brand, it's kind of like, I did this for you. And I was like, is this what that brand means? It's kind of hand in hand. And you're like, you're the first person who ever noticed that. Yeah. So to me, branding is how it makes someone feel. So when you go see Nike, or if you see a company like whatever brand makes you feel the way you do, right? That's so important. And I noticed that right away when I visited your website. In fact, here I'll show everybody just kind of the link to go to your website. But you have some great clients, and you have a beautiful front homepage. And you know, if anybody's looking to brighten their homepage, I know you don't build websites, but Jill's got a really creative way of expressing her brand. So I would only assume that you can do that for others. And so that's what I want to say about Colvita Creative. And then let me see what other questions I had for you. Can you tell us a little bit more about the specific services you provide?
Yeah, absolutely. So you hitting on our personal brand is a good overview of how we approach our clients. We believe in not just increasing, you know, sales or whatever it is, to whatever the client's trying to achieve, but a loyal connection to that brand. And what we believe creates loyal connections is when you take a brand's truth, who are we, what are we trying to do, with some sort of tension problem that we're trying to solve, which really creates this purpose, brand purpose, that has a deeper connection and with your customers. And so we're not just trying to sell stuff, we're trying to create loyalty and bringing them back and be an advocate for the brand. And so you mentioned Nike. Nike's a great example. Patagonia is another one. Where they stand up for something and they're like, we believe in this, and we don't care if we offend people by that. We're going to stick to who we are, and those are the people we want to attract to our brand. And so there's been this cultural movement through dividedness in everything right now, where people are, instead of turning towards media or politics or something like to find their truth, they're turning towards brands to stand up for that. And then they can.
I must have lost you there, Jill. I like the way that you're, you know, kind of going into this brand realm, and you're also taking the time to learn about your clients and what they'd like to get accomplished. I think that's wonderful. What I'm also going to do here, since we kind of lost Jill, is what I want to talk to her about is her niche service as well. I'm going to add her back here in the stream. Hey there, we lost you for a second, but you're back now.
Sorry about that. This is the digital world now.
Isn't that fun? It's so much fun. But it's how we shift our sales and how we react to things, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more patience around technology and dogs barking in the background or babies crying. People are a lot more forgiving.
Right. Well, hey, you were talking about connectivity to brand and brand loyalty, which leads me to kind of my last question. What is your niche service that others, it might be rare for them to offer?
Yeah, I appreciate that question a lot, because we talk about it internally as an agency often. There's a ton of marketing agencies out there, and a ton of great marketing agencies that we look to for inspiration. But what we believe in is really understanding that truth that we were talking about. And how we get there, how we get to that nugget, is pretty unique to us in the research that we take. So we're making data-driven decisions around our business. So any client we work with, we make them, the first thing we do is make them on a pretty robust research project, and we look at it all. What are we thinking externally? What are we thinking for our customers? And so everything is built around that strategic. Like we not only believe this is going to work, we know it's going to work. And so that's where, like, even the logo that you mentioned, that you were the only one that bought that, which I appreciate. They are two C's, yeah, but it was supposed to be agency and client kind of sitting across each other from our conference room table. because we collaborate with our clients, and we've been told often that we're part of the team. You know, we're partners. We're not just here to come in and consult and tell them, you know, what to do. You know, you should update your social media. It's like, you know, we believe we're here by you. We're, you know, ride or die. Let's get this done. Let's make sure that like we see an increase. And across our board with clients, this is a proud moment of like agency owner, is through the pandemic and a lot of uncertainty, all of our clients are up in sales. And I really believe it's because, you know, we started with that foundation of who are we. So when there is uncertain times like this, or like people can pick out the brands that are really being authentic and true versus the ones who aren't, and they're believing in them stronger now to back them. So that philosophy's been shown to work well.
I love it. I love it. And it's those little things like that. Well, those big little things that will set you apart and, you know, generate more interest in what Jill's got going on with Colvita Creative. Well, Jill, thanks so much for joining the chamber. Thanks so much for being a part of the business community. We're so glad you're here. And I look forward to the first time that we can actually see each other in person, raise a glass and cheers to 2020, and look at that unclear, foggy crystal ball of what 2021 is going to be. But really, Jill, thank you so much. And if anybody out there is looking for a fresh new perspective on their brand, give Jill and her team an opportunity to, you know, investigate and discover what your needs are and what you guys are looking for.
Yeah, please. And I also want to hit on just as an offering that, especially through this for local businesses, like if there's any sort of consultation that you need, just advice, we don't charge for that. In fact, I'll talk to you over a beer and can help you. But don't feel like you're, you know, just to talk to us that you have to be a client. We're here to better the community as a whole and all of our businesses. So
awesome. Cool. Well, happy Thursday, Jill. Have a great weekend and enjoy this beautiful fall weather.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. My pleasure. Bye, Jill.